This language is just IRS tax language. The key takeaways of this plan is it's very competitive in the marketplace.
If you put in $100,000, you're immediately getting probably what 4 to 5x of long-term care benefits from day one.
Hey guys, I'm Drew here with LTC Tree, and
I'm Derek Wilkins.
Today we're going to talk about kind of a 2025 snapshot of the New York Life Asset Flex Hybrid Long-Term Care Plan.
So New York Life, it's almost a 200-year-old insurance company. They rolled out their hybrid long-term care policy maybe 5 years ago.
We started seeing it about 5 years ago.
Yeah, about 5 years ago. Tell us about it, Drew.
We didn't get that interested in it until its recent repricing because it got more competitive. So that's why we're talking about it. It's a hybrid plan, which means it's got long-term care and life insurance. The long-term care and the life insurance are tax-free as long as you're under very generous IRS per diem limits. $12,600 in 2025.
Yep.
And there's a couple unique things about this New York Life plan that got us really interested.
Yeah, it's a product that has individual underwriting classes. So there's 4 health classifications, and versus most long-term care hybrid policies are just pass fail.
You're in or
take
out.
you or you're out. Yeah, this is advantageous for people who do have good health. We're finding that if you have really good health, their top rate class, you may save money on your premiums by 10-15%.
Yep. It is what's called a modified endowment contract, or MEC, in year one. This language is just IRS tax language. The bottom line is if you buy a hybrid plan, you should buy it with the intention of keeping it and using it for those insurance benefits, which are all tax-free. You don't want to buy this to borrow off of, take loans against, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so this is a really good financial planning tool. So our clients who have assets, as opposed to kind of having to earmark $500,000 to $1 million to what if I need long-term care, they buy a hybrid long-term care policy. They leverage their money. If you put in $100,000, you're immediately getting probably what 4 to 5x of long-term care benefits from day one.
Right.
If you're in your 50s,
and that's going to grow.
And it's going to grow. Yeah, it's going to grow 3% compound, which the math works out to be if you start out with 400,000 in 23 years, it's all doubled to 800,000. So by spending that $100,000 on this New York Life hybrid long-term care policy, you've protected your whole portfolio.
Yeah, so it's a very valuable tool. A lot of medium to higher net worth clients look at this, $500,000 and above, sort of portfolio size.
Exactly.
One thing about New York Life, it's a little different than some of the other companies. They do have a cash indemnity benefit. We won't get too specific on this video, but there are a couple limitations to be aware of.
Yeah, the cash indemnity just means as opposed to having to submit receipts, they just pay you cash and you can spend it however you want.
Exactly. Asset Flex, New York Life's plan, has a few limitations, but does offer that as a potential feature.
Now, one, I guess, big thing that is unique, available nationwide in all 50 states. So most companies, they're going to leave out 1 or 2 states, but New York Life is partnered with all the insurance commissioners and worked it out to where it's available anywhere you live.
Yeah, wherever you're sitting, you can purchase this, all 50 states and DC, for the New York Life plan. So, all right, let's talk about the sweet spot. So here at LTC Tree, we're fortunate to be independent agents. We work with all the major companies. And before we made this video, we sat down with our quoting software and some scenarios and came up with where are the pricing sweet spots. Having said this, this is generic information. You should definitely check with us on your specific situation. But what we found was that for a healthy male age 60 to 70, this provided the most benefit leverage of any of the companies currently as of summer 2025.
It did, yeah. So, that's kind of our secret sauce, so to speak, is we're objective. We work for you, not one insurance company. So we'll quote you New York Life, but we'll also quote you the 6 or 7 other hybrid long-term care policies that are out there too on a side-by-side sheet and help you figure out which one you feel like is best for you and your family.
Exactly. And another benefit edge that we found was that for a lot of these plans, there's a surcharge for single people versus married people. New York Life did not include that in this particular policy. So it ends up being the same whether you're married or single, which for single people could be an advantage. Let's talk about some of the other benefit mechanics. We've talked about reimbursement versus the cash indemnity, inflation options.
Yeah, within New York Life, there are several inflation options. The most popular, we'll just touch on the 2 most popular, 3% compound, which means you're going to get interest on top of interest, or you can do a 5% compound. Obviously, 5% compound is going to grow your money quicker, so it's going to be a higher premium product. But if you're a younger person buying this in their 50s and you have longevity in your family, who might not use this to late 80s, 90s, it might be worth it to you to get that 5% compound.
Exactly. Funding options. So with New York Life's Asset Flex, you can do a single premium, pay it up front, about 100,000 to 150 for most people. You can also spread it out over 5 or 10 years. So
15 years too with New York Life too.
a lot of flexibility there.
Yeah, because most companies have the 10 pay, but there's only 2 companies that have the 15-year pay.
Okay, yep, that's another advantage. If you're healthy with that preferred discount, it should definitely be compared against the other peers. If you're thinking shopping for hybrid plans, definitely make sure you go with a broker or an independent agent who is going to include that in the mix, like we do with every quote we send out.
We're LTC Tree. We've been doing this for over 2 decades. Go to ltctree.com. We'll put our phone number and address in the show notes, or call us. Pick up the phone. We'll answer, and we're happy to have a conversation with you.
I think that sums it up.
All right. See you guys.